I'm gonna object. I think this assumes facts not in evidence. What do you mean a business card?
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, you said it was. For what reason? Well, let's just start with this. Why do you understand it to have been your card?
Because I'm the one that applied for it when no one else at church would do it. I'm the one that has it on my credit report. If charges are late, it affects my credit rating. Doesn't affect anybody else at church.
How do you know
It
that?
only, I just told you. It only affects my credit rating.
Was
Nobody else's.
but Al's son was an authorized user, correct?
Correct?
So would it affect him?
No,
Why, how do you know that?
because it's only taken out in my name. It is not taken out in Al's son's name.
Okay. Could you go to? Sorry, go ahead.
I put him on my card.
You put him on your card.
Yes.
Okay. And you said you're the one who took out the card.
Correct.
I mean, so there was a new card that was to be used for Lumen after July, or beginning July 1, 2021, correct?
That was my understanding.
For Lumen and SPI, right?
Yes.
You know who took that card out?
Have no idea.
Okay. I mean, would you understand that whoever opened that card for use by SPI expenses then would be the responsible payer, and that would be their personal card?
Objection. I think that's a compound question.
Well, I don't know that this particular witness has any knowledge of any transaction involving that card, so that would be just speculation. Next question.
Okay. Could you go to tab 6 in the Lumen book?
Is this a document that's already been marked as an exhibit?
No, this is not yet.
So this is 27.
I believe that's the case. Yes.
Okay, and what respondent exhibit is this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if I said 7. I meant to say 6.
Okay,
I confirm it's the right one.
and this will be exhibit 27.
So to be super clear, we're talking about Lumen 416, Respondents Exhibit 6, Deposition Exhibit 4, Trial Exhibit 27.
Got it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, Ms. Kutz. Is this the card we've been discussing?
Yes.
Okay, and you see it says business right on there?
Yes.
Okay. And I mean, did you have any misgivings about a card that said business right on the face of it for personal expenses of yours going forward?
No.
Why not?
Why would I?
Well, I mean, you understand that you can take out a card for your personal purposes. I mean, do you have that understanding?
Yes.
And you have an understanding that you can take out a card for a business you operate?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any understanding as to whether you should be using, one should be using a business card for their personal expenses?
Object. I think it calls for speculation.
Yeah, I think this goes to for instance, policies of the credit card company, which we don't have, we're not going to have, and I don't know that it's relevant that we do have them.
Okay. Okay. You've talked about impacting your credit. Ms. Kutz, about how use of this card would impact your credit. Do you recall speaking to that?
Yes.
And then your first round of testimony for this hearing, you were asked questions about your credit report. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay, and if we could turn,
27.
excuse me? Yeah, we're
Are we
done
done
with,
with 27 for now?
You know what? I couldn't hear anything that you said, Attorney Yerk.
Are we done with 27? My client's just holding.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
okay. I don't know if I was in the middle of a sentence or where we left off. Ms. Court Reporter, could you read back the last words that I was speaking?
You said, and if we could turn to,
Oh, okay. If we could turn to Trial Exhibit 18, which I understand to be Claimant's Exhibit 7. Okay, Ms. Kutz, do you have it in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know what factors TransUnion uses to prepare this credit report?
No.
Okay. Do you have any, while that business card was in use before July 1st, 2021, do you have any understanding as to whether TransUnion could be apprised of whether Al's son was using that card?
I don't know.
Okay. And if you look at the kind of near the top, it says personal credit report for Ellen K. Kutz. Do you see that?
Yes.
And below it says report date August 6, 2021, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that was the date of your meeting with Mr. Laring and Ms. Brust and Ms. Hogard at the Lumen Network office, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you hadn't seen this report before that day, is that right?
I believe so.
Okay. You know, independent of this card, I mean, do you have knowledge as to whether business cards, whether it be from, Capital One or Visa or, how any credit card companies report users, whether they be primary payers or authorized payers, how those individuals' use of credit cards get reported to TransUnion?
No,
Okay. Okay, you can put that aside. Okay, I'd like to discuss your second medical leave, Ms. Kutz, so I'll change the topic to that. Do you remember what day you went to the hospital in that for that second medical leave?
no,
Could you go to trial exhibit 19, which is C2, claimant's exhibit 2?
Did you want the whole exhibit 2?
Oh, well, trial exhibit 19 is only one page. So,
It's bait stamp number 1, EK1.
okay. Do you recognize this document, Ms. Kutz?
yes,
Okay. And who's the author of it?
I am.
All right. And what's it dated?
July 16, 2021.
Okay. And you see the second sentence there, it says you went to Frodert.
Yes,
And the last sentence says this week in hospital.
yeah,
Okay, so does this conform with your memory as to the day you went to the hospital?
yes,
Okay. And now could you turn to trial exhibit 3? Oh, yeah.
What is trial exhibit 3?
Um,
It's lumen 208,
yes.
spotted exhibit number 8.
And is that part of your exhibit 8?
This is trial exhibit 3. This is lumen.
Trial exhibit 3.
Respondent exhibit 8, and it's lumen 208 in the lower right-hand corner.
Yeah, and I'd like you to turn to page 213.
Give me a second here. Sorry, what was the specific page you wanted?
Lumen 213. Okay. You see, you have this email in front of you, Ms. Kutz?
Yes.
Can you, just so we know we're all talking about the same thing, can you tell me the author of this email?
I'm sorry, what?
Who authored this email?
I did.
Okay, on which day?
Tuesday, July 27, 2021.
Okay. And if I could direct your attention to the fourth paragraph. It says, it starts, please put me in. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, and then the next line down says, I can work on the computer in small pieces of time. Was that accurate at the time?
Yes.
Okay, and were you, then the next sentence says, working on the PPP loan. Is that something you'd been doing at around that time?
Yes, I had.
And financial stuff for Renata, is that also, were you doing additional financial things for Renata?
Yes.
Okay. And then the next line down, it says, I stopped by today to talk to whoever was there. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Where you say stop by, where did you stop by?
Hello, Alan.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, 1 second.
Okay, I was just letting her know I'm her aide, but
Oh, thank you. Sorry, we had
I must have stopped by SPI because it says I saw Jose.
Okay. And how did you get there?
Probably my boyfriend drove me.
Did you remember that?
Yeah.
You didn't drive there?
No.
Okay. Why not?
Because I still was not able to drive.
Okay. And the next line down, August 3rd is the admin meeting. It says I will join by Zoom. Was that your intention at that time?
Yes.
Okay. And it said also working on the last recorded meeting. What did that involve?
I was just listening to the meeting they had while I was in Seattle.
Okay. Now, if you could turn to Lumen, or no, this is Trial Exhibit 9.
Sorry, trial exhibit 9. Do we have
It's-
other
Yeah,
identifiers?
it's claimants 22 at 156. at Lumen 156.
One moment.
I'm sorry, are we there yet or are we still looking?
No, I'm still looking. I apologize. This one might take a moment. Tried to print out fresh copies of everything, and for whatever reason, it's about 360 of my.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you, Attorney York.
I apologize. I'm just saying that I'm struggling to find it. It will be a moment.
No, we've been going for about an hour and a half. It, if it's gonna take a minute, could we take just like a brief break and then Mr. Yurk can get combobulated and the rest of us could benefit from just a short rest?
Yeah, let's come back. I got 3:01 right now. I guess let's just come back at 3:06, a 5-minute break.
Okay, sounds good. Judge, I think I saw your mouth move. Were you speaking a moment ago?
Yes, I was. I thought that I had unmuted myself, but come to find that actually I think that there's a part of this laptop that if you hit it, it mutes it, and so sometime I'm accidentally muting myself. But I think we're all set to go. Attorney Yerk, did you find that document that we were looking for?
I did. We have 156 in front of the witness.
Very good. All right, so Attorney Stoffel, you may proceed with your continued examination of Ms. Kutz.
Okay, Ms. Kutz, do you have what's been marked as Trial Exhibit 9, email of Stacy Doherty to you of July 28th?
Yes,
Okay. And you recall you provided testimony about this email at the last hearing?
yes,
Okay. And Ms. Doherty wrote to you, I do need to touch base with you on documentation. And she goes on to write, I do need a letter from your doctor within the next 3 days clearing you from work. You see where I read that?
Yes,
Okay, and in your last set of testimony, I recall, I mean, you expressed that you didn't find this email I think you called it unreasonable. Am I getting that right?
yes.
Okay, why did you think this was unreasonable?
Well, it's hard to get something done in 3 days when you're not feeling good.
Okay. Uh, did, so you didn't think 3 days was enough time?
Correct.
Okay. Uh, then you see at the bottom, okay, aside from the time frame, was there anything else you found unreasonable about this?
Well, she said I could call her and we could follow up on the phone, but
Okay,
every time I called her, the phone was busy
okay.
and I
My-
couldn't get through to her and she did not respond to any of my messages that I left for her.
Okay, but other than the 3 days, did you find anything else? Let me put it this way. Was it unreasonable that she would expect a doctor's note from you?
No,
Okay,
it was not.
so do you have any other complaint, or do you take issue with anything other than the 3-day timeline?
Correct. Because she knew I was working on short-term disability and she knows it's a requirement of short-term that I get the doctor note.
Okay. So you had no other complaints other than the 3-day timeline?
I've
Correct.
checked, I think that's asked and answered here, and she's testified to it.
Well, it was asked, and there was various kinds of answers, but I just wanted to make sure I understood it, and now it's been answered. Okay, and you alluded to if you would like to talk anything over, we can follow up via phone. Down at the bottom, you see that there.
Correct.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Did you attempt to follow up by phone?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And did you say were you ever able to speak to Ms. Doherty?
No, I was not.
Okay. Uh, did you leave her any voicemails?
Several.
Okay. And do you remember when?
Oh, that same day I got this message.
Okay. And what did you say on your voicemail?
I told her I was working on it and I was working on the short-term disability and that she could call my contact at short-term disability to know that I was working on it.
Okay. Could you please go to trial exhibit 14, that's C22 at lumen 65.